From you've seen on tape, what makes them special? What makes them so good?
I mean, they're great every year. They're a great team. They're well coached, and I'm just real excited about this game.
But they're not always number one in the country. They got to be doing something that's kind of off the charts. What do you see?
I mean, their defense. They always have a great defense, and they got a new quarterback now, so he's out there slinging it. I heard, but it's the game. You got to look forward to it.
Demetrius, who was the offensive line coach when you got to Ohio State?
Coach Warner.
Coach Warner. Where is he now? Do you know?
Yeah. I believe he's the O-line coach at, Team Up North.
What's going on with that? How is that possible? How can Ohio State coach at Michigan?
I don't know. You have to ask him about that one.
You had any communication with him since he went?
No, sir.
No.
So, but a lot of people in Michigan are saying like Michigan's offensive line is playing better. He's doing a good job with them. Just what you know of him as a coach. Would that make sense to you that he's a guy who could go to Michigan and maybe help that program?
I mean, yeah. He coached here. He was a great coach while he was here, and I believe when he was here, we won a national championship. So they got a good guy.
Does that give you extra motivation to kind of go up there and show, hey, we're still a really good offensive line too?
As far as the motivation, I don't think you need any extra motivation for this game. It's the best rivalry in sports. So.
How much of an emphasis has there been for you guys on being tough, being physical on the offensive line this week?
I wouldn't say just this week, but no matter if you're on the O-line or any position on the team, our program is built on toughness.
To Bill's question about Michigan's defense, just a little bit more into why are they playing so well? Can you have a better perspective from watching tape about at what levels of the defense do they win? How do they succeed? How do they dominate opponents? What is it you've seen that gives you an impression of why they're succeeding at that level?
Well, I feel like they do a really good job of controlling the box. They control the line of scrimmage really well too, and they sit in there and got some big dudes in the middle, anchor in well, and can't wait for this one. It's going to be real good.
The linebackers also Bush, and they seem to run really well to the football.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah, real good pursuit.
Demetrius, so far nobody has seemed concerned at all about you guys being an underdog. Is that the case for you? Are you aware of point spreads or anything like that? Care about going into this game with Michigan being favored?
I really don't have too much time to look into all that stuff, but everybody has their opinion. My job is to just be a student athlete, get my grades, and suit up on Saturdays, get the win.
Because some guys look at it and say, that's extra motivation. I know you've already said that you don't need any extra motivation. It just seems like it's rare for Ohio State to be in this position where they're not picked to win the game.
Yeah, we got a little saying around here that, a couple of those flags going around during the games, what's to say, Ohio State against the world. That's what it feels like at times, but, we're excited.
You did say a couple weeks ago that you love it when people doubt you. How much does that fuel you when people are maybe not as high on Ohio State right now as they've been in past years?
It's fun, if you were able to hear some of the outside noise and stuff like that. To be able to prove somebody wrong, that's great.
Demetrius, you guys scored 52 points on Saturday. Y'all had drive after drive that was clutch in that game to stay in that game. If that had been a 52-10 game, we'd all be talking about, And just from an offensive standpoint, what is the sense of confidence or whatever y'all have going into your 12th game of the season with Dwayne Haskins Jr. quarterback, and the running game seems like it's gotten back in gear? Just what is that sense?
As far as confidence, past 5 years I've been here, we trust the scheme that our coaches draw up every week. We trust our coaches, and our program speaks for itself.
Do you feel like your offense is peaking right now?
I feel like we're doing really well right now. A lot of people challenged us as far as picking up our run game and stuff like that. And but during Ton State, what was it? Mike Weber. He rushed for over 100. Right. JK 200 something.
Right.
So I think we're answering pretty well.
Ton State. I don't know if I've heard that one before. Yeah. Is that a new one here recently?
No, it's been going on a little while.
Kind of going off of that though. You guys did just play Ton State a couple weeks ago. They were really good, stout front seven. How do you feel like that maybe helps you in preparing for this really good Michigan defense? Do you feel like playing a team like that so close to this helps you?
Well, I feel like the entire Big Ten, it's tough to win ball games here. No matter where you are, it's tough to win. And, Big Ten ball, in my opinion, best conference there is in football. So, I mean, you know, yeah, I think it helps us very much.
Demetrius, do you feel like that was the ideal offense, Ohio State offense that came out against Maryland on Saturday? Is that what you guys have wanted to do for a while?
As far as ideal, I'll say, you know, our scheme changes every week, I'd say, as we prepare for teams. And I feel like this past week, you know, we executed our goal as far as the offensive scheme.
So is that kind of going to be the kind of offense that it's going to take to beat a team like Michigan against the number one scoring defense, the number one defense in the country? What is that ideal offense going to need to be against Michigan?
Like I said earlier, I mean, we trust our coaching staff and whatever their scheme is for this week. And as we get into practice and everything for the week, that's the scheme that's going to work.
You get to watch. How good is Rashawn Gary? He's gotten a lot of pub and stuff, and obviously got hurt in the middle of this year and stuff. Coming back, I think he's dealing with a shoulder deal. But number one, how good is he? And number two, how well prepared do you think Isaiah is for maybe some one-on-one matchups there? Because that's what it comes down to in this game a lot. You know, just what's your thoughts on that, Demetrius?
He's a fantastic player. He's really, really good, actually.
Yeah, but when you say that about a defensive lineman, what does that mean to you when you say that?
I'd say it has to do with respect. You know, we respect him. We know he's a really great player. But, you know, as far as Isaiah, we also respect him inside this program. He's been starting, this is his third year now?
Yeah.
Third, fourth year, something like that. So he's played them. He's got experience, and we're confident.
What do you when Dwayne is running the way he did last week, what kind of lift does that give to the team? What does that mean for the offensive lineman when he's going and getting some of those tough yards?
As far as a lift, I mean, I'd say it just confirms what we already know. We know what everybody on our team can do, and, you know, when they execute it, it's just like, all right, good job.
There was talk after the game, like Coach Meyer said that he proved the toughness, and, you know, he'd obviously played 10 other weeks, but that it might have meant something more the way he did it, the way he rallied, the tough yards that he gave. But there wasn't that sense for you, or was that different?
Like I was saying, you know, it's just a reinsurance thing. Because as far as toughness, Coach Mick, he stresses that a lot in the offseason. Everything that we go through, all the workouts. If you come out of the workouts, you know, healthy, standing, and all that stuff, yeah, you're tough. We know you're tough. So.
That being said, how has Dwayne changed and grown this year? I mean, he came in with very little experience.
I'd say, you know, he's blessed to be behind a couple leaders as far as JT and, you know, him being in that position. He got to sit back and learn what it's like to be a starting quarterback at the Ohio State.
Demetrius, but over the course of this season, where have you seen improvement and growth?
I'd say, you know, just from our first game, just seeing that compared to where he was at last year's point, like, he knows how to step up and, you know, command the huddle. Like, when he's speaking, it's like, all right, this the guy.
What do you remember from last year at the Big House and how he handled that situation?
You know, when JT went down, we were like, you know, we were a little hurt because he was our leader. And, you know, people may have been a little flustered a bit, I'd say. But when Dwayne stepped up and got into the huddle, we looked him in his eyes and we knew he was ready.
Did the fact that he played so well in that game help coming into this season knowing he was the starting quarterback at all as far as your confidence in him?
Yeah, that and practice. I mean, going against defense we had last year and defense this year and just seeing him just ball out, I mean, like I said, it's reassurance.
Is there a sense you're playing, I mean, I asked you this maybe a couple weeks ago, is there a sense you're playing with an elite quarterback? I mean, do you ever watch him on video and stuff? I know you're trying to block when he's doing his thing, but what is that sense of playing with a guy like this, Demetrius?
It's amazing. I mean, just watching the way he can throw the ball. Like, he puts the ball on the money every time. He has a great relationship with our receivers, our tailbacks, everything. And, I mean, I think it's a testament to our program and Coach Day and how he's coaching them right now.
Demetrius, you maybe guys haven't had the most high-profile matchups at home this season. You guys have played a lot of every single one of your ranked matchups on the road this year, but how excited are you knowing what kind of environment Ohio Stadium is going to be like on Saturday, what this game means to you? How much energy is that going to give you guys on Saturday?
Speaking as somebody, you know, this is my 5th year and my last go-around and my last regular season home game. I mean, you know, it's amazing to be able to have this game as my last home game, it's amazing.
Demetrius, similar to Tim's question about the D-line, how good is Winovich for them from what you've seen on film and going against before? And then how big of a loss is that if he's either not able to play or not 100% on Saturday?
You know, I'd say he's built his resume over the past couple of years, and his film speaks for itself. He's an amazing player, as everybody can see. But I mean, you know, he's a big part of their team, and it'll be fun to see whether he plays or if somebody else can step up and fill that role.
When you go into a game like this, do you want their best? I mean, do you want a guy like that out there to challenge yourself?
Yeah, because I mean, you know, if you're not getting the best, then I mean, why are you out there?
Do you have a favorite Michigan game yet?
What'd you
Do
say?
you have a favorite Michigan game or one that's most memorable?
I'd have to say last year, since you know that was my first game I started at in that game. So we'll go with last year.
Demetrius, I know you're 10-1, obviously, but what would this team's A game look like?
Our A game, you know, I feel like anything that makes us come out with a W, you know, at the end of the day, that's the A game. That's the goal.
Mitch, how close did you get with Coach Warner before he left the program?
I mean, as close as a player could get with a coach. So, I mean, he was my guy, my positions coach, came into the room every day, and, you know, I tried to learn everything he had for us to offer.
What did you think when he left the program, and what do you think of him being at Michigan now?
Our program's one big family, I'd say. So, I mean, when he left, it was like losing a family member. And, I mean, you know, I'm happy things are going well for him still now. And, you know, he has a great opportunity over there, but he's definitely going to get our very best.
You still talk to him at all? I know some of the older guys who played for him still have a relationship with him. Do you still have one? Do you ever talk to him?
Not much, no.
Is there a sense, though, that a guy like that knows some of y'all's secrets? I mean, you know, I mean, do you think about that kind of thing? I mean, and I don't know what the secrets would be, but I mean, that he, you know, knows you a little. I mean, you know what I mean? Or are any of those kind of thoughts kind of creep into your head when you get ready to play a game against a guy like that? You know, he was here during some pretty high times.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about that too much, but I believe the key to this game is toughness. And at the end of the day, there's no secrets to toughness. You know, either you are or you aren't, and you know, that's the goal for this game.
One of the quickie, you've got 3 wide receivers who were voted captains, which is strange to begin with. They're fifth-year seniors and stuff. What have you noticed from those 3 guys this year, especially Paris, Johnny, and Terry, that stands out to you, Demetrius?
I can remember when we first came in, you know, 2014 class, and Coach Mick just talked about, you know, how much of a key role that they're going to have in our future at Ohio State. And, you know, when 3 of them became captains this year, you know, it reverted back to what Coach Mick said. You know, they're important parts of our team.
Have they been worthy captains? I mean, what's been your
sure.
take? And why do you say that? What stands out about their leadership, their approach?
They know how to command a room, not just because of their voice, but because of what they show us every day, whether it's practice in the games, the weight room, everything. You know, being a captain, all eyes are on you, and they do everything to perfection.
Did you get a helmet sticker for a forced fumble on Saturday?
Did I what?
Did you get a helmet sticker for a forced fumble on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, they gave me 3 for that one. No, I'm playing out.
Demetrius, aside from the fact that it is the rivalry, just how much does it get you going to know that you're playing the best defense in the country? Even take the rivalry part of it out. How much does that motivate you guys?
It's really exciting. I mean, every week when we can get a team's best, I mean, we're able to show that, you know, others threw their best at us, and we were able to overcome it. So that's all we can ask for.
Thanks, Demetrius.
Thank you.
Thank you.